Because Mother sent many, many gurus. All the gurus known to us ever existed are here. Because she said once, gurus are the most important. Even if you have never seen them, doesn't matter. You think of them, you be familiar with them. Those two connection itself would do a lot. And Guru, as you know, is a person who removes darkness. Removal of darkness is Guru. Guru. And Parama Guru is Divine Mother. In this temple, she is the Parama Guru. Everybody else comes and they bless us and go. And the concept of Guru is very, very important, because you think of him so deeply if you know him. That energy is ever present. It's always present. It's permanently present. They never die in a traditional sense. The energy of that, the cosmic energy of that Guru always stays, because he is eternal, like Mother is. Eternal, close to it. I don't know how close it would be to eternal. What is eternal? Mother is eternal. All the Gurus eternal? Probably are, because the thought process, their wish is eternal. And if their wish is eternal, if the thought process is eternal, our reception of the knowledge, the wisdom, the grace is very important, very eternal. So on this day, there are 2 days. There's one day called Guru Panchami. Rishi Panchami. Another one called Guru Poornima. Today is Guru Poornima. Guru Panchami, Rishi Panchami would come sometime in October. Both meaning that cosmic energy is there. On that day, it thinks of us. And if you are knowledgeable, if you have some information about them, who they are, what they are known for, you can get that energy, that grace, that knowledge, that wisdom, which is almost impossible to get it except through them. And there are how many gurus? There are probably rishis, 10,000 rishis or more. And Guru, anyone who taught you is a Guru. But some are special, some are spiritual. Guru. So when we think of Guru, we think of spiritual Guru. Technically, any person who taught you, your father, your mother, your teacher, anyone is a Guru, but you don't think of them that deeply, and you don't connect to them that deeply. But special Gurus, and some of them, we have them here, they are all very intently present, because Divine Mother sends me to Himalayas, certain places, not only Himalayas. There's a mountain called Sadragiri Mountains, and I had gone some and I met with them. And these beings were present long ago. I'm talking to 10,000, 20,000, that long ago, not 5,000, 10,000 years ago. Different, in fact, some of them, Agastya Maharishi, we know he was in different Trita Yuga, he was there. How do we know? Because Rama was in Trita Yuga, and he gave Aditya Hridaya mantra for Rama. Because Rama was being not defeated, he could not defeat Ravana. So he was exhausted, he wanted to give up, he just think he couldn't do it. Because Ravana is a mighty being, he's Brahma's son, he had everything divine had, but arrogance took over. So he was thinking, how can he overcome? Because he was Mahavishnu avatar. He was not Mahavishnu. Rama is Mahavishnu avatar. There is a transcendence on level. So it won't be the same like Lakshmi Narasimha was not Vishnu, but he was Mahavishnu aspect. Similarly, he couldn't figure out. At that time, he came. Agastya Bhagavan came. Here we have him there next to it. Agastya Bhagavan, Lobhamutra. Agastya Bhagavan, I call him Bhagavan. Bhagavan means divine, and to me, he is divine. Truly, Agastya was not a human, because his mother was a Devata, Urvasi. So they are super sensual being. So anyone who come from a super sensual being could not have been a human. So Agastya and Vasishta, they were not truly human because the mother is Devata, Urvasi. So he came and he gave him this Aditya Hridaya mantra. I'm sure some of you are knowledgeable, priest can give it to you. It's a wonderful mantra. When I'm deep in the dumps, when things are almost impossible to face, or we cannot handle it, it's not humanly possible. At that time, I do invoke that mantra, and it does help. And that is the mantra Rama invoked. So that's how we knew Agastya Maharshi was there in that time. Then later on, he came to south, sent by Shiva to do certain things, and he ended up in south. He never went back again. About 4 months ago, she sends me to many of these special places where these beings were physically there, did their tapas. Long ago, I'm telling Agastya, is Trita Yuga. Trita Yuga must be at least 200,000 years. Because Kali Yuga is the shortest year, 120 years. Dwapara Yuga would be about 70,000 years. Trita Yuga would have been 50,000 years. So these are all shorter yugas. But there are many kalpas. See, there's no time. The time goes forever. But these are some reference point to us. So when I think of Ravana and the Ramayana, I know that took place in Trita Yuga. At that time, Agastya Bhagavan came, was very helpful to energize Rama Bhagavan to be able to destroy the evil who was Ravana. Ravana is a mighty being. All these asuras, trust me, they were mighty being. They were wonderful being. They have done wonderful tapas to a point. Mahavishnu, Brahma, and Shiva gave them whatever they asked for because they have done penance. Penance is the most important thing. Sacrifice and penance. The act of you coming here, sitting in front of Mother and praying, that is a penance. That is an act of sacrifice. We may not, we think we're doing it for us, but it is. Okay, doing something, you could be sitting at home and watching TV. But you come here because you know there is divine. You know there is a house of hers. You know she has built a wonderful house for us and she's waiting to grace us. So we go there and take whatever she gives us. That is, in a nutshell, is prayer. And this place is very unique because she has built it for us. Because she knew the world is going through a major crisis. No, 25 years ago. Actually, she came 50 years ago. But 25 years ago when she manifested, she said, time has come, millennium is starting, many, many bad things will happen. So you build a house for me. And my yakshinis, my devatas, millions of them, they would come, congregate here. And that will protect the world. That is, in a nutshell, the story of this temple. Whether you know it or not, I don't know. But to do that, she does what all needed. What does she need to do? She has to make us know her. That's not easy. You're human. Our consciousness level is very rudimentary, very primitive. Better than animals, yes, but compared to even closest to Yakshini, there'll be 1,000,000 times more conscious beings than we are. And then you can imagine the whole hierarchy of devatas going all the way to Mahamayi, Lalita Tirupura Sundari, the three chakra. So from there, the transcendence come. How many transcendence? Maybe millions of them. Because our consciousness is very rudimentary. We know we can feel only through senses. There are so much more than senses through which you can feel, not be. The divine beings, I call them super sensuous being. I call them devatas, yakshinis, mohinis, vidyadharas, gandharvas. All these super sensual beings who don't need senses to perceive. Because they're higher beings. They are transcended to higher realms of consciousness. In a nutshell, everything is one. one pure consciousness, that has transcended. It wanted to become many. It wanted to feel us. So it became trillion. And a small aspect of her is present in us. That's the only thing which is reality. Everything else will go away. So these gurus, rishis, maharishis, they are present ever. So she will identify them. This place in Devaprayag, this place in Rishikesh, this place in Himalaya, various centers. And Dr. Ravi went to many places there. It's a very difficult place. Anyway, she identifies, and then you go there, you meditate for you. In other words, this is yatra, pratiniti yatra. You are familiar with pratiniti yatra? Pratiniti yatra. In other words, she tells me, you go for them. They may not know, but I would make sure that you do what I tell you to do. When you do them, that energy will connect to them. Because these are all supersensuous beings. For them, anything existing, they know. So this is the process for the past 20 years. 2-3 times a year, go to Himalayas and find the place. And finding the place, impossible. No one can do it. Simply because these beings meditated long ago. Some of them different yugas. How are you going to find it? Himalaya is a wilderness. I go to Rishikesh, then I go from there on until I see the hot spots. I call them hot spots that has energy in it, flame in it. I see them. You see them with the third eye. You don't see it with the physical eye. You feel them, you see them, because she tells you. That is where Agastya Bhagavan meditated. This time I was there. 4 months ago, day before lockdown, I came back. 1 day before. Next day it's all lockdown. I didn't even know. I was the last group who came in March, I believe March 2nd or 3rd. And I didn't even know what was happening. So she took good care of me. She took me and brought me map. And 2 things she made me do. One is to go and see some of the rishis. Agastya Bhagavan is one. There is a temple for him, for Agastya. There, it's called Agasti Muni. It's in the district of Tehri. Thank you. Agasti Muni. It's a different yuga, obviously different yuga, Trita Yuga. So his face is different and it's wiped off, and there's a small remnant of that temple. He said, you come there, you see him, because this cosmic energy still be more intense there than any other place. So I went there and meditated, stayed there for a day, and certain rituals. When she sends me, she tells me do certain rituals. You just don't go there, sit in front of him, come. She'll give you a mantra. She'll tell you how to invoke him. And invoke. How? For you. The fundamental thesis is, it's not for me I'm doing, because she won't do it for me. I won't be worthy of that. Nobody will be worthy of it. If you're a pratiniti, she will tell you. Because you're doing it for the whole world, or whoever is going to benefit. You will benefit because you are here. But even those who are not here, the benefit will reach them, depending on... See, there's so many other factors. Your stars, your nakshatra, your planetary position. There are many, many factors. In receiving the grace, the many factors are there. She will give, when you come here, she will give you the grace. How much you get, it will be determined by your planetary position. If you're Ketu, like I'm sitting and talking, I was in Himalaya 3 months ago. You know why? I'm going through Ketu Buddhi. My Buddhi now is Ketu. In Ketu, it will happen. You don't have to plan. That's the way the planet works. When you have certain planet, when your Rahu is a Bhoga planet, you'll make money, you get married, have children, all those Bhoga. Nothing wrong with that. But that is Bhoga planet. Rahu is a Bhoga planet. Ketu is Moksha planet. That's why when Ketu comes, people are afraid because they say you won't be happy because you'll be interested in Moksha, not in persona. But here Mother said, no, in my house when they come, I want them to have a Bhoga Moksha and Yoga Moksha. You would have not heard this any place. Because they're both oxymoronic. You know what oxymoronic means? Cannot be. good, bad, evil, divine. They cannot be. By nature, they cannot be. But Bhoga Moksha is an oxymoron. She said, I would make sure they get both, because they should enjoy both. When they come and they leave, they should, 100 years hopefully, short-term rental, I want them to enjoy the rental. And go up and keep moving. Don't stop as human. That's the key point. And no other tradition you will hear this. They will say you go do yoga, become one with divine, and join union of the divine. There's a lot of steps involved in between. Union at what level? Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. You can keep on saying that. Say it, nothing wrong with it. You are Brahman. What it really means is, we have the potential to be Brahman. Are we Brahman? Am I Brahman? No, I'm trying. I'm trying to understand who I am, where I came from, why I'm here, where do I go from here. Only 4 things I ask questions. And that covers all my, what all I need to do. So, I saw him in that temple and you were there. I did whatever needed to be done. It's a small city. There are about 100,000 people, I think. And there are many Muslims. So the Muslims must have come at that time. It's not too far from Kashmir. Devaprayag, Rudraprayag. I may end up there because there's one Devata. When I didn't know English, he said, stay here for 6 months. If you go stay here 6 months, would you let me do that? I will, maybe once I complete the magnificent, she's going to build a magnificent place. Nothing like you have ever seen. You cannot see what she's building. You cannot see that. And hopefully all of us are here and we are working hard and we will have a magnificent place. 2 years. But we'll have Mahamariamman Sannidhanam. Because this time when she said, you come and see Agastya Bhagavan, do this for them, but come to me because you already brought me as Mahamari. Mahamari would be the first manifestation. Pure consciousness before separation. Then it separates as Siva Shakti. And the first Shiva would be Sadashiva. And she would be Manonmani. All these are real. It's all there. You have to only know it, read, understand, and connect to them. Ultimately, pure love. Have affection. She's your mother. Look here. You come here. She does all this. Everything she made. She brings all this Guru. She reminds you about the Guru. Then I say a few words about them. So your mind becomes conscious of that Guru. Ultimately, it's all mind. If you don't, only through mind you perceive. If you don't have mind, you don't perceive. That mind is lower mind and higher mind. At the time of birth, it's lower. Then it grows, and depending on your planetary travel, you grow up. Now he's here. He was there before in some other place. So the travel of you doesn't start here. He didn't start here. He didn't start here. We've been traveling. Now I ended up here, you ended up here. So we're all travelers. That's why I'm very happy to share with you whatever I know, because whatever the traveler would do, if you're going along someplace, we'll be very happy to share the knowledge with someone. And that is what the divine would want. Because once, Nagappan, the answer you should know. We do prayogam, there's one called prayogam, where I go into Turiya state and I interact with that deity, Devata, that mantra, that Devata is a mantra. And sometimes it gives information, even the temple construction, what all to do, which deity to bring, how to bring, all the information. So in the process, there is communication. If I'm not communicated, I can't do it. How would I know? Look at the beautiful deity. Each one is very meaningful, needs to be there and that place. So they're very, very meaningful. A human would not know. A Shilpi, Stapati, they know, but they would not know the fundamental thing. Only Viswakarma. You know who Viswakarma is? Viswakarma? Viswakarma is heavenly architect. Brahma told him, you build. So when she came to me 50 years ago, again 25 years ago, she said, time has come you can start. First thing she said, you know, nobody is capable of what I want to build for my children. What you want to build for you, nobody is capable. And of course I knew that. But I will make you capable. Here is a mantra. You invoke Vishwakarma. Do a homa. We did it here. We did a homa here. We invited the Stapati. He's a good Stapati. I took 4 years to identify him. He was a good Stapati, a lot of experience. And a pure person, knowledgeable person. He is not capable. I am not capable. So she said, bring him down here, do this homa, here is a mantra. You invoke Vishwakarma. So we did it here. Wonderful homa. Do you know there's so many bijas? Not even one bija I can remember now. And I asked the Stapati, he doesn't remember one bija. It's impossible to forget. No, it's gone. He gave it and took it. What does it mean? Nobody can build it. So you don't have all of it. Somebody maybe somebody is blessed to build another one. Maybe one of you, maybe. But right now that bija is gone. I try so hard. They are beautiful bija. Anyway, that homa was done, and the man was different after that. Dr.Krishnakumar was different. He knew a lot. He immediately went to there's a mahal which has a library, which has all the ancient books. We identified it, all the information came. Many of it came directly. When you do the prayogam, she'll come and say, you bring this deity, use this mantra to act. All prana pratishtha. Each deity here is placed with prana. What does prana pratishtha mean? You give your prana with a mantra to that statue. Then it becomes deity. Otherwise, it's a beautiful granite stone. It was done wonderful. There are many basic, which mountain it came from, lots of stories. But ultimately, you have to energize. And that process is called prana pratishtha. How do you do that? She has to give you that mantra. She has to give you this mantra. You energize me on this day, on this sthiti. Do you remember some of it? You were there in some of it. All the 520. Each one of them, we did the prana pratishtha. Essentially, I give you my soul. I give that deity my soul. With that mantra, my soul won't do that. That deity won't know me. That is sitting trillion away from me. To know me, to identify me, the divine has to do that. So with that mantra, we do the prana pratishtha. So each deity, it is not just a vigraha. Vigraha would not have that energy. See, murti, there is a gross body, then subtle body, then there is a causal body, just like us. We have 3 body. These two would go, but Atman would continue. That's a causal body. Divine has same thing. All the divine has 3. So she has to give that. So see how precisely, how thoughtfully, how kindly, how lovingly she did. What have you done to deserve it? You must have done something. If you don't do something, it won't happen. Anything happens because you are asked. The fact you are here, you wanted it. You won't remember that. Maybe many yugas away, but that memory is there and it will pull you. And then if your planet happens to be auspicious, today is a very auspicious day. Just being here today is a very auspicious day. Full moon, eclipse. You know, people will say, Vedas will say, eclipse is inauspicious. Stay in home, don't go out. But the fact is, eclipse is auspicious. If you know the proper mantra for that eclipse, who can give you that? Only Mother can give you. So if you go into Turiya state and she grants you the mantra, you can say it. So I take advantage of eclipse. But mostly Shastras would say eclipse is inauspicious. You don't. But if Mother does it properly, the reason is the moon's effect is not there. Okay, it becomes totally sun's effect. Moon is hidden. And moon is very important for us. Sun is the most important, but sun is us. Sun is Atmakar. That is so. Moon is a Parakriti, mind, body, intellect aspect, which is more important. I guess both are equally important. I need both of them. So on this day, the moon's effect is not there. So they say certain negativity can persist during the effect. So generally, they say don't say mantras during that day. But today is an exception. On this day, on lunar eclipse, on Guru Poornima, on the day for gurus, sitting here in front of them and sharing the information, knowing that is, what a honor that is, what a blessing that is. It's a lottery, and it is today. Now, if I don't share all this with you, you won't even know the significance. You'll come, you look at her, you'll pray and go. No, you have to know. Everything is awareness. You have to be aware. What is Luna this day? Why is so special? Tudam is Moolam star. Moolam is not auspicious star for me, but it's over. 11, 12 o'clock, Moolam ended. Purashara is a good place now. So we just chose some gurus because these are the gurus I had been there. The one who was sitting down in this side, Purushottam Goswamiji, nobody has ever seen him? No, he didn't come. His son came. His son came and they have a big ashram in Vrindavan. Prabhupada, Prabhupada. He is the one who sent contemporary of Prabhupada. His name is Purushottam Goswami. Purushottam Goswami. He just passed about 6 months ago. He's a wonderful soul. Do you know how I knew him? No, how nicely she does. Many, many gurus I know. They come and they're very kind to me because they know I have a job to do. I need help, just like she called Vishwakarma. Vishwakarma has to come. We had to invoke him, do the homa, and that man got the ability of Vishwakarma to do them. So you can imagine this is not an ordinary temple. So when Ambani's cousin came and asked your friend, he wanted him to build this here in Bombay. He said, he asked him, he'll tell you, I'll give you 100 crores, the best land in Bombay. You just reproduce it. And you can't blame him. But Krishna can't do it. He was very honest. He said, no, I'll build it. It would not be this temple. He asked, what's the difference? He said, this temple is designed by her. The architecture, the energy. How do you hire Vishwakarma? You had to hire. So he told him very nicely, very sweetly, that he cannot do it. I'm sure they're upset that he can do it. I said, anybody can build it, but it won't be this place. To do this, you have to have the energy. You have to have the Vishwakarma. So what we have is not ordinary. That is phenomenal. Many, many lifetimes he would have wanted, and he know that. And he ended up here. So what we are given is unbelievably auspicious, unbelievably magnificent. So they may build, I don't know. We are, our Sapati won't. He said he cannot build it. He cannot build it anymore. That he's a young man. He's in his 40s, I would say, late 40s. But that gift is gone because everything, the mantras, yantras, tantras, it's not simple. It's not something you can just do it. Take it and do it. That's what they wanted. That cousin of his thought, we have money, we have land. What is the problem? Good question. We give you 100 crores to begin with. Whatever it takes, but it has to be this. Everything. So it will be this, but it won't have the energy. That one she can only give. And to do that, we have to be special. And we are special. And it will know, whole world will know. Once we complete it, already we get communication from all over the world. But once it's done, it will be world famous. And then how nicely she did. She makes sure one person is given the training, given the information, made to go here, there, wherever is needed. So who does that? And who can do it? I can never know where Agastya is sitting. It's wilderness. There's no temple. One temple is for Agastya, the Agastya Muni, name of the place. But other Maharishis, so many of them, There's nothing, it's just the energy field where they meditated. Then I go and do it. Then I go down to Ganges. Down will be Ganges. So morning, 7, 8 o'clock, I'm done. I go to Ganges. So who can do this travel planning? Who's a travel agent? The travel agent. She does everything. There's no way. I can't even imagine. In those mantras that she gives, such a beautiful mantra. And the gurus, some of them they ask me in North, how do you know this mantra? It's not in the Veda. I said, she gives it to me during my meditation, I use it. Because they're so beautiful. And I wish you can publish them all. I said, one day we will. There's a lady from Chicago, the American professor. She's writing all those things. Okay, coming back to other guru. So Purushottam Goswamiji is that man. He was here, Vrindavan, everyone knows. He has a big ashram, Radha Ramana temple in Vrindavan, very famous place. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you know, he is his disciple. His lineage has 500 years old. And I didn't, anyway, great difficulty I found him. And he knew me. When I went there, he accepted me as his devotee. And he was standing in a big, they have a big place, big ashram. He was giving a talk and I went in. I didn't even know Vrindavan is real. I thought it's mythical, historical. I did not know there was a Vrindavan. First time it came to me 50 years ago. Then one of my intern here, and he's from Delhi. He said, no doctor, we have Vrindavan. I had been there before. His father was the chief of police, Ishwar Singh. He was the chief of police. He said, I'll take you down there. So he took me and I saw him giving a talk, satsang. He was giving a satsang. And he stopped. That must be from here to Sarasota. Hardly could see him. I could only see the shadow and the light. All of a sudden everything stopped and the shadow came straight to me. I was the chief. He had me and said, why did you make me wait this long? I've been waiting for you for 50 years. So I didn't know you. But he knew. When I came, I knew I'm going to meet you. I have a job and you have a job. And I will do my part to help you. Same thing with that guru, you know, Swarna Venkateshwara, Deekshadar. You know, he is a guru for all the Deekshadars in Chidambaram. Chidambaram has Deekshadars. There are many of them. And he is mystic for them. His name is Swarna Venkateshwara Deekshadar. And very, very traditional. And he's not just a priest. He's a mystic. And he's a master. He and Mahaperiyava are very close friends. And only Mahaperiyava knew he is who he is. He didn't want anyone to know his nature. I told you that story. So when I went and asked him, Mother says you have to help me. I can't do that. She said, tell her to tell me. Tell her to come to me and tell me. Not you telling me. How do I know? Then it took almost 2 years of training. Then he said, now you have Tagudi. Tagudi, that's the word he used. Tagudi means, I guess, qualification. Now you're qualified. For me to give it to you. If you don't have it and give it to you, you won't be able to help it.